Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Daughter of Increase. My name is NayDenise for those of you who are new to the channel or who just happen to stumble across this video. And I am the founder and CEO of Daughter of Increase Ministries, that is DOI Ministries. And here on this channel, I help you guys to increase in your faith and relationship with God and Christ through Bible studies, book reviews, discussions, and more. And I do that by posting twice a week, every Wednesday and Saturday, and occasionally on Tuesdays. So if you haven't done so already, thumbs up this video, subscribe, and click the bell to stay notified. And as the title says, this is a Vlogmas video as well as a reading vlog. And so I'm going to be reading Miss Tessa Afshar's The Hidden Prince, and I am so excited. Y'all know how I feel about Miss Tessa Afshar. I love every book that she has written. I think of all the books she has written, I think I've given most of them a 5-star. I think only 2 of her books have gotten a 4-star read out of me, 4-star rating. And I have done her Bible study, which was phenomenal. And so yeah, we are here for her latest release, The Hidden Prince. I did get an art copy of it. I did read through it. I don't really remember anything about it, and so I'm excited to now have a physical copy to actually like mark up. So we're gonna go. I'm hoping that this can be a one-day reading vlog. I want to try to do better at reading books in one day instead of like spacing them out, especially because this is not a long book. This is about 381 pages, so I definitely can read it. I have the audiobook on Scribd. It is 11 hours. I think Scribd goes up to 3 times speed, so it'll take me about 3 to 4 hours to get through this and things like that. So yeah, can we just talk about the cover though? This cover, the blue colors are absolutely stunning, you guys. Stunning. I love the dark rich blues, but then that pop of light blue with the sky. Oh, it is gorgeous. Covers never cease to like surprise me. But hi, if you don't know, Miss Tessa Afshar is my favorite author. Okay, my favorite biblical fiction author. For sure. Top #1, hands down. My favorite book from her is Pearl in the Sand. That is one book I will always recommend. And then I think following that will definitely have to be Harvest of Rubies, which I feel like is slightly more comical, even though it does deal with some hard-hitting topics. It has more of a comical feel. But Pearl in the Sand, Harvest of Rubies, definitely some of my favorites. And so yeah, we are going to read the back of this and dive in. And so it says, as an Israelite slave, she sees no hope for a future, but she soon discovers the fate of nations may rest in her hands. I think it's Karen, I think that's how you say it, a gifted young Jewish scribe in the household of Daniel, learns languages and swordsmanship alongside the great man's sons and their friend Jared. But a tragic accident changes the course of her life, and she finds herself far from home, charged with the mysterious task: teach a shepherd boy to be a lord. She soon hears hints of the child's true parentage and realizes she must protect him from a bloodthirsty king. Though Jared struggles to forgive Karen, he still travels over mountains to fetch her back to the safety of home. When he discovers the secret identity of Karen's pupil, love battles bitterness as Jared joins Karen on the journey of a lifetime to save the boy who may one day deliver their people from captivity in Babylon. And so, yeah, I'm excited to dive into this beauty. And if you are new to my reading vlogs, click the I to go to that. But pretty much what I typically do is I read the prologue and maybe 1 or 2 chapters, sometimes 3 chapters on camera. You'll see a montage of me reading. Then I give you guys my initial thoughts, and then I go off camera and read whatever chapters I need to read, come back, give you guys my thoughts, and then we typically will move to the next day. But I'm attempting to make this a one-day reading vlog. It is currently 1:03 p.m. and so if I read this straight through, I could be done by 5, but I'm not gonna read this straight through. I'm definitely gonna take some breaks in between, so I'm hoping to finish this before the evening is over to make this a one-day reading vlog. And so yeah, I am going to read. Let's see. We love maps. So here is a map. We love a good map in a book, y'all. I love maps, okay? So there's a prologue. Prologue is a total of... Ooh, this is a hefty prologue. All right, Miss Tessa. This prologue is hefty. Or am I bugging? No, okay, this prologue is 28 pages, y'all. So I think I'm gonna just read the prologue on camera because that's a hefty prologue. So I'm going to read the prologue on camera, which is page 1 to 28, which is very, very long. So we'll read the prologue on camera, and then I will go off camera and read part 1, which will be chapters 1 to, let me see what chapter that is. Part 1 is chapter 1 to 15. So yeah, we'll do it that way. I'll go off camera and read part 1 and come back with my thoughts on part 1. So yeah, I am aiming, of course, for 5 stars because it's Tessa, but definitely at least 4 stars. If this is a 5 stars, yes, because I know that the last few releases have not been really 5-star reads for me, and I am going to do a ranking video. Oh, I might do that for Vlogmas. Might do a ranking video of my Tessa Afshar books and my Connie Lynn cassette books. We'll see. But yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, definitely check out Instagram because I did do a Friday, first reads Friday, where I read the first page. So if you want information on like the first page, then definitely go there. But we are going to dive right in, and let's get into the montage of me reading. Okay guys, so as you saw, I read the prologue, 28 pages, and it was actually really good. So her name is Karen. Let me turn my switch down. Sorry. So her name is Karen, and basically at the beginning we see Karen going into the household of Daniel, and they are trying to find somewhere for her to work within the house. So Daniel immediately gives her over to his wife, and his wife tries everything, and obviously she fails. And it's not that she purposely fails, she admires writing, and so she gets lost in the aspects of writing. I'm not going to spoil it too much, you gotta read it, but yeah, she gets lost in that, and so she ends up going back to Daniel, and Daniel takes her in, and she begins to work for Daniel, and then she gets the opportunity to go to school, and she meets Daniel's 2 sons and his friend Jared, which we do read about from the synopsis. About his sons and then Jared, and basically it so far is good. She can read, she can write, she knows how to count, she can do math, and she knows how to use a sword. And so I am loving the prologue. I think she is 14 at the beginning. Yeah, she's 14 at the prologue, and so I am excited and ecstatic to continue on and to see what happens next. And so I think that is it. I'm gonna go finish reading up to chapter 15, and then I'm gonna come back after that with my thoughts. So I'll be back. Alright guys, so it's about 8 o'clock. It's 8:38, and this is not going to be a one-day reading vlog. This is going to be a 2-day reading vlog, because I just now got to part 2, which is the end of chapter 15. So I am 119 pages in, and I'm just gonna stop there. I can continue on, but I'm just gonna stop because the end of chapter 15 wrecked me, and it really has me in deep thought, and I think I want to go prayer journal, which is interesting. So basically something happens between Oh, I don't even know where to begin. All right, so we left off where we met Karen and she started to work for Daniel. So then part 1 is 3 years later. She's now 16. She's been working for Daniel. She has been close with Daniel's son as well as their friend Jared. And of course, we could see a little romance blossoming between Miss Karen and Jared, of course. But then something takes place. And let's just say it's not what you expect to take place at all. Like, I wasn't expecting it. Like, what I expected to happen happened, but that wasn't the cause of like the strife for me. The plot twist that happened between Karen and Jared, just wow. And it reminds me of like how back in the day, and even today, like minor things, we might think they're minor, but they can be detrimental, right? And so I don't want to spoil it. I feel like you have to read it to understand. But you definitely can see from the very beginning that Karen and Jared definitely have this romance blossoming on both ends, but they don't want to acknowledge it for fear of the other or fear of how society is going to look at it. And let me just say, Jared's father is a grade A douchebag. Okay, I don't like his father. He's rude, he's disgusting. The way he treats Jared's baby brother, disgusting. I feel terrible for his first wife, terrible for his second and third wives. Just I'm gonna need some retribution for a fact for this man. Okay, he's insane. I think it's Hanano or Hamano. What up, Mr. H, because his first name starts with the H if I'm not mistaken. He got to go. I really do like, oh, what is his name? Not I gotta look up Daniel's son's name because I can't remember what it is. Daniel's son. Johanan. So Johanan and Abel are absolutely amazing. I really do love Johanan because he's closer in age to Jared and to baby girl. But it's been crazy. It's been crazy. And you know, things happen. That plot twist happens between Karen and Jared, and there is a lot of anger. There is a lot of emotional turmoil. And I have to read the end of chapter 15. And so something happens. Karen has gone because it says that she has left and he travels to where she is. So obviously she's left. I can't explain why she left and where she went, but she left. Just not willingly. Just know that, not willingly. And you know, he's going to speak to Daniel and he's like, well, who went with her? And at first he thought Daniel hit her. Daniel's like, no, I don't have her. Then he's like, well, is she with her family? He's like, no. So he's like, she's all alone. And Daniel says, I did not say that. So he's like, well, who went with her? And Daniel's response, up and through, reminds me of Jehovah Shammah. Okay, he said, the Lord our God. So that is a reminder that, one, no matter where I go, no matter what other people may see or may think of a situation, God is always with us, right? He's always with me. He's always with you. And I thought that was just so amazing, right? And so Jared said something that was like, oh, my heart broken. I'm not going to read that part. But there is a little bit of an issue now with his faith, right? He is starting to doubt and waver in his faith because of whatever took place. I'm not going to spoil it. Read it. But I'm going to say this part. So Daniel and him are conversing. And he's telling Daniel that he's not reassured for the simple fact of God being with her because of what took place between the two of them. And so this is Daniel's response. And it was a slap to the face, an eye-opener, all that. So he says, this is Daniel speaking to Jared. He says, I told you that you would face your own fiery furnace one day. If you want a taste of reassurance, you have to begin where Hananiah, Mishael, and Azrael, which is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, began, right? So Jared says, where is that? And so Daniel says, but even if he doesn't. Jared, of course, is confused. And so Daniel goes on to say, he says, even if he doesn't, they said, hanging their lives on the hook of possible disappointment. So even if God doesn't do it, if he doesn't heal you, if he doesn't save you, if he don't pay your bills, if he don't do what you want him to do, are you still going to have faith? Right? So hanging on that possible hook of disappointment. Then he says, Where do you draw the line for God, Jared? Even if he doesn't take away this pain, even if he does not restore your independence, your strength, your health, will you still choose him even if? Choose him every day. But then he says, because if you want reassurance, then you have to sort out your even ifs. Bro. Then, I mean, the end cracked me up because Jared, he basically was thinking, he was like, oh, well, the problem with spending time with Daniel was that sometimes you got slapped instead of coddled. And, you know, there's some people that you want to go around because you want to be coddled in that moment. You want some reassurance, right? But when you with them people, they don't really coddle you. They be like slapping you with their wisdom. It was all up and through here. Daniel was giving it. But for me, I felt like that was eye-opening, right? Because it's like, even if God doesn't take away the migraines, right? Even if God doesn't do X, Y, and Z, right? Even if God allows my finances to stay the way that they are, right? Am I still going to choose God? Or am I going to become angry and bitter because he didn't, right? And so I just, y'all, that was eye-opening. So I'm going to stop here for the evening. I'm going to stop for the evening. It could have been a one-day reading vlog, but with the dentist appointment and then getting some stuff done in the house, it just didn't happen. So what I'm going to do is go play my Switch because I just updated a bunch of my games. I'm actually currently playing a game. And so that is the plan right now, is to play some games and rest. I'm probably going to have my last cup of coffee for the evening, which is the Columbia from the original Advent calendar. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my Instagram. I will try to leave it linked down below or in the card so you guys can just click that Vlogmas video for that. But yeah, so far so good. Looking like 5 stars. Looking like 5 stars because y'all know Miss Tessa does it. Romance is amazing. The wisdom is amazing. The use of scripture is amazing. The atmosphere is amazing. The characters are outstanding. And I love when I got characters that I love, characters that I'm unsure about, and characters that I do not like. And Jared's daddy is one of the characters I don't like. And so far, I am loving all the characters except for 2. Zebeda, we don't like her for many reasons. And Jared's father, Mr. H. I can't remember his name, but them the 2 characters I can't stand. But I'm gonna go, and tomorrow morning I'm gonna get up and finish reading. But I'm also supposed to be vlogging as well, so I'm gonna try to finish this in the morning because I also have to make a vlog because I'm going somewhere. And I don't want to tell you where I'm going specifically, but if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know. So yeah, I'll see y'all for day 2 tomorrow. Hey guys, so we are here for day 2 of the reading vlog, and hopefully this can be the last day. I don't really want to make it 3 days because I really wanted to read this in one day, but it is currently 1:35. I have read up to part 3, which is chapter 43, page 288. So I have about 100 pages left to go. 100 pages left to go of the story. Probably a little less than that, actually, like 90-some odd pages. But I'm at the final third of the book, and y'all, it's a 5-star for me. I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving the characters. I love just the way Tessa is writing and the parts that are really sticking out for me. And I believe Jared is suffering from migraines. I'm not sure, but I believe he's suffering from migraines, and so I am connecting to this on so many levels right now. It is giving me all the feels. Y'all, solid 5 stars. And the whole thing about the hidden prints, it's a twofold. It's a twofold, okay? Twofold. So I'm loving this, and I'm hoping for some things to happen in the last 90 pages or so. Particularly with the romance for both Karen and Jared, and some things for the hidden prints as well. But yeah, it's giving all the feels. There were more parts that like kind of gutted me. Specifically, there was a part where Jared, he had to literally go to God himself, and I mean, I'm gonna go to it. It was on page 232. He said, even if you do not heal me, you are still good. Even if you do not heal me, I will trust you. Lord, help me. Help me respond faithfully to this journey of pain. Give me the strength to draw near to you rather than allow this agony to carry me away in its tide, separating us. Even if healing eludes me, let me find you in the midst of my pain. And so, yeah, this book is just giving me everything. It's giving me all the feels, and it's really connecting to me and my personal faith and my personal walk. And that's one thing I like about Tessa, is that her books really resonate with me and where I am in my faith. And so, yeah, I'm loving this. It's about 1:38, so I have about an hour or so to finish reading. Because like I said, tonight I'm going out with my mom, and so I'm gonna be vlogging that today. But I do want to go and finish this up, and so hopefully I can come back, and then when I get to, let's see, let's do this now. Let's see, there's an epilogue, 56. All right, when I get to chapter 55, I will come back on camera. So let me get my little marker. 55, maybe not 55. When I come back to 55, maybe 54. 54, 55. When I come back to that, when I get to that chapter, I'll come back on camera and read the rest on camera. You'll see that montage. But thus far, it's a 5-star read for me. I'm really enjoying it. I'm connecting to it on all fronts. And Tessa is just phenomenal. She's phenomenal. And it is definitely a fast-paced read where you can just read it through. And I think it is phenomenal. So yeah, I'm going to continue reading this now. So guys, it's 11:11 and just got home. The concert was amazing, absolutely amazing. What is this? I took a picture of that already. But I truly enjoyed myself at the concert with my mom, Todd's Lady, Fred Hammond, Anthony Brown, and Israel Houghton. It was just worship. And I enjoyed it because it was such an intimate crowd. It wasn't like this big, massive stadium or anything. Like, it was intimate, and I am not like a crowds person. I don't do crowds. I don't So I was very happy. And then the seats that we had, you know, we had space. Really enjoyed myself. My mother enjoyed herself. And so I do have my dinner, shrimp and broccoli, white rice, and I'm finna finish the last 90 pages of this book so that we can be done with this reading vlog. And so I'm gonna get myself comfortable into my pajamas, and then we're going to commence with this reading vlog. So I'm going to come back, like I said, when I get to chapter 54, 55. I haven't decided yet. And read that on camera and give you guys my final thoughts, my rating. And we will be done. So let me go get myself together. It'll be quickly for y'all, but probably like 45, 30 minutes for me, because I'm about to do other things and then start reading. So I shall be back with my montage. Okay guys, so I finished The Hidden Prince, and it's a 5-star, of course. Solid 5-star for me. Just so good to really get to see this person's story, is what I'll say. I can't specifically say who it is, because I think that would spoil, but when you find out who the Hidden Prince is, then it's like, it's amazing. I really want to say who the Hidden Prince is, because it will make sense, but just know the Hidden Prince is an actual person from the Bible that's mentioned in the Bible. And so good the way that this came together. However, I don't like that the grandfather in this did not get the punishment that I expected. I was expecting a little bit more, but I'm still content with the ending of this. And of course, the romance for Karen and Jared was superb. And yeah, you know, like I said, that the last few chapters, I wanted a little bit more, but I'm still content. I'm happy. I definitely connected to this book on a personal level with Jared as he was suffering from his migraines. He would have really bad headaches, and the way that Tessa described it reminded me of the migraines that I deal with, like literally. And then also just the emotions that he and Karen had, and how I could connect to how they felt and what they, like, their thought process, and even the wisdom that was given to them really helped me personally with where I am right now in my walk. Superb. So this is a solid 5-star for me. I will have like a more in-depth review linked below or in the cards. You can go to my written review, which will most likely be on my website. I'll also leave the Goodreads link below, but go to my website to check out my thoughts. This chef's kiss, amazing. Highly recommended. I cannot wait for her 2023 release. Anything that she releases, obviously I'm gonna read. Either gonna get an e-arc off of NetGalley, be a part of the launch team, or buy it. And of course, this time around I pre-ordered this months in advance. I typically do that. I typically will pre-order all of her books like months in advance. Like the minute I know she has the cover for her book, I'm going to pre-order. Like pre-order when the cover is released, even though the book takes like 6-7 months to come out. That's how much I love Tessa. I have now completed reading all of her books. I have completed her Bible study. I am very grateful for her writings and the amount of research she does, and also her heart in writing these books, right? Because even though it is based off of the Bible, it is still fiction, right? And she crafts such beautiful stories, like beautiful stories. And so I'm just in awe. I loved it. The romance was everything. The action was on point. It wasn't too dark, but it wasn't too bland, right? And so I guess I said I'm gonna leave it at that. This was epic. Definitely read this if you haven't. Links are down below. And so I'm gonna go have me some more dinner and go to sleep because I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted and I gotta get up in the morning. So that's that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watch this video all the way to the end, post up this emoji. I believe I'm gonna make it like a prince or a king or something with a crown. Pop that so I know you watched all the way to the end, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.